In the drama-packed 25th episode of Love Island USA Season 7, tensions ran high as the aftermath of the Hearts on Fire challenge left several contestants feeling disrespected, while one couple made their relationship exclusive. The episode began with a recap of the heart rate challenge that had contestants performing sexy dances for one another, leading to unexpected consequences and damaged friendships. The episode immediately dived into the fallout from the challenge, with the guys discussing their performances and reactions. Several Islanders felt certain lines were crossed, particularly when it came to Huda's performance for Ace, which significantly raised his heart rate. The guys acknowledged that Huda went overboard with her performance, noting that Chelley was visibly upset watching her friend's intimate dance with her man. Adding salt to the wound was the revelation that Huda raised Ace's heart rate the most, which left Chelley feeling betrayed by someone she considered a close friend. Meanwhile, Elon and Nick had unresolved tension from the challenge as well. Elon had made comments to Nick during the challenge, saying it's your time to watch now before kissing Cierra, which clearly bothered Nick. The men discussed this briefly, with Elon admitting he thought his comment would be funny, but it actually angered Nick. This tension set up one of the episode's key confrontations that would come later. On the girls' side, conversations centered around how each woman handled the challenge. Clarke was praised by the other women for her composure during Olandria's performance with Taylor, with them noting she was being a class act, and very respectful despite clearly being unhappy. Clarke admitted to angry clapping, while watching but maintained her dignity throughout the situation. This mature approach earned her respect from the other women in the villa. In one of the episode's more emotional scenes, Huda broke down in tears after attempting to apologize to Chelley, who refused to speak with her. "I don't want to say anything out of anger," Chelley explained, delaying their conversation to the next day. Huda was devastated, telling Chris, "I hate crying, but I just love her so much and I feel awful." Chris attempted to comfort her, insisting she wasn't a bad person and that her intentions weren't malicious. A significant confrontation occurred between Elon and Nick regarding Cierra. Elon pulled Nick aside to discuss the tension between them stemming from the heart rate challenge. Nick expressed his frustration over Elon's behavior with Cierra during the challenge, saying, "That straight up just pissed me off." Elon defended himself by explaining that Cierra had previously indicated she would be open to exploring connections with both men. The conversation grew tense when Nick brought up how Elon had made Cierra food after initially saying he wouldn't prepare a second breakfast for her. While they didn't resolve all their issues, the conversation allowed both men to express their grievances directly rather than letting the tension simmer. The episode took a romantic turn when Nick and Cierra received a text inviting them on a date outside the villa. Their excitement was palpable, with Nick expressing to the guys that this date came at the perfect time, after the drama with Elon. Meanwhile, the girls helped Cierra get ready, all sharing in her excitement for this opportunity to strengthen her connection with Nick. The date itself was picture perfect, featuring a bike ride to a hilltop picnic overlooking the ocean. Nick described it as the most wholesome thing I've done in a long time with any kind of girl, highlighting the genuine connection they were developing. During their intimate conversation, they discussed their feelings and expectations, with both admitting that what they've found in each other has surpassed it times 10. The pivotal moment came when Nick formally asked Cierra if she would like to be closed off with him, meaning they would be exclusive. Cierra enthusiastically accepted, saying, "I want to be with you. I only want to be with you." When they returned to the villa, they shared their happy news with the other Islanders, who erupted in cheers and congratulations. This was the villa's first official exclusive couple, marking a significant milestone in the season. While most Islanders were genuinely happy for them, Elon struggled with the news, admitting in a private conversation that watching them return from their date, while he was discussing his feelings, felt like a punch in the gut. He expressed frustration at feeling ghosted by Cierra after their previous connection, wishing she had been more direct with him when her feelings changed. The Taylor and Clarke storyline continued to develop with ongoing tension about their relationship boundaries. Clarke confronted Taylor about his behavior during the challenge, questioning why he seemed upset about her kissing Chris when Taylor was tonguing down every single person in the room. Their conversation became circular and frustrating for both, with Taylor feeling that Clarke wasn't being consistent in her expectations. "I feel like I'm not being heard. I'm not feeling understood," Taylor expressed, highlighting the communication breakdown in their connection. Despite their strong attraction, they seem to be at an impasse regarding exclusivity and boundaries. Chris and Huda's relationship faced its own challenges when Huda noticed Chris giving Chelley special treatment at breakfast, including more pancakes and flowers while giving Huda none. "Why are you doing the most in front of my face like that?" "That's weird," Huda commented, clearly hurt by the perceived favoritism. This prompted her to consider exploring connections with other men in the villa, including potentially Taylor. Later in the episode, however, her connection with Chris appeared to strengthen during an intimate nighttime conversation where they discussed vulnerability, past relationships, and communication preferences. Their chemistry was evident as they shared kisses and deeper conversations about emotional stability and relationships. Meanwhile, Ace made a surprising decision regarding his love triangle with Chelley and Huda. After feeling that Chelley wasn't reciprocating his energy and efforts, he told Huda, "I will take a step back and focus on this, because I really do fuck with you and I want to explore this." This shift represented a significant change in the villa dynamics, especially considering how upset Chelley had been about Huda's interaction with Ace during the challenge. Chelley confided in Cierra about her feelings, explaining that she needed space from both Huda and Ace. "I've given Huda chance after chance, but last night was inexcusable. Like you were not a friend of mine," she stated firmly. Rather than continuing to engage in drama, Chelley chose to focus on herself and maintain distance from those who had hurt her, showing considerable emotional maturity in a challenging situation. Alandria spent much of the episode exploring her options after the previous recoupling had left her vulnerable. She had conversations with both Taylor and Zach, reflecting on her connections and considering her next moves. Her conversation with Zach revealed surprisingly aligned values and communication styles, particularly around how they handle disagreements in relationships. "If I'm doing something that my partner doesn't like or if he's doing something that I don't like 100%, correct me in private, not in front of everybody," Alandria explained, finding common ground with Zach's similar approach. The episode also featured a lighter moment when Amaya and Elon had a conversation that revealed Amaya's geographical confusion. When Elon mentioned his sister moved to Belgium, Amaya asked if that was in Germany, leading to a gentle correction and humorous explanation about Belgian waffles. This charming interaction showed a different side of both islanders amid the villa drama. As the episode concluded, the relationships in the villa had significantly shifted. Nick and Cierra were officially exclusive, marking the season's first committed couple. Ace had pivoted his attention from Chelley to Huda, while Chris and Huda were growing closer despite the breakfast pancake incident. Taylor and Clarke remained at an impasse, unable to resolve their fundamental disagreement about boundaries and exclusivity. Chelley had chosen distance and self-respect over continuing to engage with those who hurt her, and Alandria was actively exploring her options with both Taylor and Zach. The episode ended with a teaser promising that in the next installment, Islanders would speak up and stand on business, suggesting more direct confrontations and possibly resolutions to some of the ongoing tensions. The preview indicated that conversations that had been avoided might finally take place, potentially changing the villa dynamics once again. This episode perfectly encapsulated why Love Island remains so compelling. The delicate balance of genuine connections forming alongside dramatic confrontations and shifting loyalties. The heart rate challenge served as a catalyst that exposed underlying tensions and forced Islanders to reckon with their true feelings and boundaries. While some relationships crumbled under the pressure, others emerged stronger, demonstrating the unpredictable nature of love and attraction in the pressure cooker environment of the villa.